August 15th, 2015, 8:15.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, and we're here in beautiful downtown Champlain at the former St. Mary's Convent.
That is true.
But now longtime home of the Champlain Telephone Company and part-time home of PrimeLink, but PrimeLink has a major location in Plattsburgh. And we're talking to
Vicki Marking,
and who is
marketing manager for both PrimeLink and Champlain Telephone Company.
all right. And what the heck is going Steel Carden with a bunch of hot dogs? You want to right by it, then offer us a dog. Look at him.
He looks like he's really busy. He's trying to pretend like he's really busy.
He's got his work face on here today.
Yep. So it's our annual Customer Appreciation Day. So we try really hard to get all of our customers to come out and have a fun time. And as you just seen going by, we serve lunch for everybody, hamburgers and hot dogs and cookies and chips. And we have a lot of good family events going on, face painting. There's games actually behind you, Calvin, for the kids. And we're actually participating in the Champlain Townwide Garage Sale today, which is, we have for a number of years now made our Customer Appreciation Day into a fundraiser also, when we pick a local charity every year that we can help. And this year it's the libraries in our serving area. Okay. So the one in Champlain, Rouse's Point, Moore's, and the Reading Room in Altona that we're going to be dividing up our funds for this year. So anything we sell in the garage sale will help that cause.
That just happens to be your service area in the northern tier.
That is true, it does. So all of the libraries that are located within our territory, basically.
Okay, and is every employee here volunteering, or?
Yes, pretty much. It's not a mandatory thing. We ask for people to participate, and we do give people some time off as compensation, for coming and help. Yep, for coming and helping today. But it's basically a voluntary thing. I mean, we don't make anybody be here, but most of the employees really enjoy being here, and if they're, as long as they don't have anything in their schedule that conflicts with it, they like to be here. We keep our customer service open today, so that if customers have questions or they
want to pay a bill,
about their bill, want to change services, anything, then that's available today as well. So that's always it's a good thing. Sometimes people have questions, they don't take the time to call, but if they're here, they'll go in and gives them an opportunity to get questions answered at the same time.
That's one of the nice things about dealing with the Champlain Telephone Company is you can walk in locally here and
probably talk to one of your neighbors
and see a smiling face and not have to drive many miles to
that is true.
To go face to face.
That is true, and most of the time you know exactly who to talk to about what, and you know the people that you're working with, and you know the installers or the technician that's going to come to your house and fix it. So that's one of the things that we're probably the most proud of, is very individualized customer service, and we know our customers, and we're able to do this kind of thing for our customers, and makes it a nice.
Check IDs when they come in to make sure they're a customer, or what?
We don't look, Calvin. You're getting a hot dog.
Bring me a napkin next time too. Thank you, Dale.
We don't check IDs, so I'm sure that we do get. And sometimes it's okay if we get somebody who's not a customer.
They might become one again.
Because we hope that would give them a reason to become a customer. We actually, obviously, the people that get invited and everything get invitations in the mail are our customers, but sometimes we have people passing through that stop by and check it out.
It's a garage sale.
Exactly, and it gives us an opportunity to talk to them and maybe turn them into a customer.
What the heck?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Cost you a hot dog
exactly. So we feed somebody a hot dog and we get an opportunity to talk to them.
Those grotto boys are sure growing, aren't they? Hey? Look at those kids. I remember when they were just, this tall. Look at them today.
I was going to say, now they're performing on their own.
Well, their father's here.
I was going to say, he's here supervising today, but they've become quite the performers in their own right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky enough. They're doing 2 shows today. I don't know if you were here for the first one.
No.
But they're doing 2 15, 20-minute shows for us this morning. And they've already done the first one. There's going to be a second one at 11:30 this morning. And it's quite of course they do their juggling act and everything. And right now they're kind of interacting with the crowd and doing balloon animals for the kids. And so it's great. And then later on we have live music. We have Overdrive.
Overdrive. How'd you get them?
Yeah, well, I happen to have a good connection in that band since Rick Levancher's a long-term employee here at Champlain Telephone. So
He wants to keep his job.
well, it's actually a little, Rick, could you help me out? So they're going to be playing this afternoon from 12 to 2, and we're very happy to have him, and all his bandmates are always great about helping us out and volunteering some of their time to be here.
Yeah, that'll keep the crowd and attract a few other folks.
Absolutely. Again, it kind of keeps everybody sticking around the afternoon.
I don't know if you've ventured out since you got here, but I drove here from Route 11 to here, and it was just, the garage sales are just, it's like you're downtown Burlington or something.
Oh, really? See, I haven't. I got here at 7:30 this morning and haven't been out since.
This stretch through here is just unbelievable. The garage sales, and just cars are just parked in one-lane traffic.
I was going to say, I find that Champlain does a great job of coordinating this stuff every year. I mean, we have our Customer Appreciation Day always on Townwide Garage Sale Day so that we can participate. The Village does their Village Fest. So it always makes for a great day with a lot of things going on, a great reason for people to stay or come up to the area, and a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I know the new tenant in Farmer Little Shopping Center up there, Eagle's Nest. They're having an open house today.
Yes, I did. They're actually a new customer of ours.
Oh, there you go.
And I heard that they were doing an open house too. So it's very well coordinated, I think.
Yeah, the main thing of the Village Fest, I think, starts at noon. And then in Coopersville, which is also part of the Champlain, at 1 o'clock, they're starting their one-room schoolhouse event. And so I'll have to be rushing there, and so I think I'm going to miss Overdrive this year because
you got so many places to be today.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, though. That's a good. We like to keep you spread thin, Calvin, so you have so much to see and do.
So it's a hectic day here, and it's a fun day though. And if the Mother Nature can,
we're going to hope that Mother Nature is going to cooperate for the rest of the day. And we heard chance of showers, but I also heard the further north you were, the better your chances for missing the rain.
Oh, missing the rain.
That's what I heard this morning.
It's the other way around.
So I'm hoping that being close to the Canadian border will help us out today.
So that's why you've got your chances far north on your property.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to miss the rain.
But yes, we've had, as everybody watching this knows, here in 2015, it's just been, if we went 36 hours without rain, you're wondering what's going on.
What's the matter this year?
What's happening?
It's been one of those unpredictable summers, that's for sure. Last year on our Customer Appreciation Day, it did rain, but it did not damper our spirits. I was just saying to you, I remember we were hiding under a tree last year, and there was a line of umbrellas waiting for food, but we still had a great turnout.
Yeah,
so
the band played, and my wife Judy recorded them with her umbrella.
I was just going to say, absolutely. So it doesn't seem to hold people back from participating, so that makes us happy.
Well, this year she'll be over at the Village Fest because they're dedicating their park at 1. So again, that fits into her being available for there. Obviously, you're not just doing this with the hope of getting your customers a free hamburger or a hot dog, or getting them to buy something at any of the donations here. They also go to the library.
They do.
Right?
Any of the. Actually,
free,
if you
but
look,
people want to donate.
Exactly. It is free, but we do have tip jars kind of scattered around at the face painting station and at the food, and if anybody wants to throw a couple of bucks in, they can. And all of that money goes to our charity this year, which is the local libraries. So we're actually taking book donations also. We're selling raffle tickets. We have lots of raffle items that have been donated actually by other local businesses. In our serving territory also, and I think we have 27 items in all, and people are buying raffle tickets for a chance to win. And so all those monies, along with anything that's collected in the tip jar, along with the garage sale money, is all kind of goes to our pool. And as a rule, the company will match whatever we raise today. So if we raise $500 today, then the company will usually match that amount so that we can have a good, decent amount to divide up between the 4 libraries.
So anybody who's involved in a library, if you throw some money in there, you're going to double it automatically.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And then we're also taking book donations too, so the book donations will split up between the local libraries as well.
And you've also got some stations where people can learn about your services and...
We do. We have some educational stuff. We always try to show people kind of what Mark is doing over here, is showing people how they can get television content over the internet, just what's available. Like, most people know about Netflix now, but there's lots of other services that people
Roku
are...
stick.
Exactly. We got a Roku box on display over there. We just want to show people like how many TV shows and movies and things you can actually get without having anything other than the internet, and maybe needing to, these boxes are actually fairly inexpensive these days, $50 and you can have one, and a lot of the new TVs have the capability to get that stuff. So Mark's doing a little bit of a demonstration on that and some other new technology. He's got the Echo from Amazon over there too, which is, people might have seen the commercials for it. It's like you can ask it questions while you're sitting there and it'll give you random facts. It's kind of like Siri on your cell phone, but same kind of idea. So we just like to kind of show off some of that stuff, like what the power of the internet has really made possible. So he's doing that, and then we also have a promotion going on right now that our customer service team is talking about, which is if you upgrade your service in any way, and we've been doing this over the summer actually, and it culminates today. If you upgrade your Champlain telephone service in any way, so if you add a calling feature, if you upgrade your internet speeds, anything that's considered an upgrade to your monthly bill, we're entering all of those people, or new customers too, anybody that's new, into a drawing for $500 cash, and that name is going to be drawn today. So we've been doing that over the summer months. Today's the culmination of that, and so today we'll have a $500 winner too from that.
That's
Summer
nothing
promo.
to sneeze at. Yeah.
Exactly. $500 cash is nice for anybody to walk away with. I'd like to walk away with $500,
And if they throw it in the box,
exactly.
the library will get $1,000.
Exactly, and they could throw it in one of the donation buckets on the way out. It probably won't happen, but...
Okay. Now you've got the offer internet. How high megabits or whatever it's called there? How high do you guys go?
It really depends on your location. If somebody is interested in our internet service, usually what we'll find out their address first, and then we'll tell them what speeds we're capable of in that particular area. But in most of our serving areas now, we can get 15 or 20 megabytes. In some of the more outlying areas, that is not true, but there are upgrades coming to our network very soon that we're actually working on. I mean, like equipment that's coming in right now to be deployed this fall, which is going to help us to get some higher speeds in some of the more outlying areas where we know we've had problems. There's a couple areas where we've had problems for a few years that we know we need to resolve.
Yeah, because if you're going to use Netflix or the Roku box or
Absolutely.
whatever, you got to have internet speed to be able to do it.
Absolutely. And for the most part, unlike what most people think, 10 or 15 megabytes will allow you to stream movies very easily, actually on more than one TV. Sometimes people make you think that you need more than what you really do. But obviously, if you have 6 people in your house and you're all watching Netflix, then you definitely, you need the speed. I mean, that's definitely...
You're not sitting in the same room watching the same show.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. If you're spread out throughout the house, and I have a teenager in my house, I have a 16-year-old, so when all our friends come over, all of a sudden I'm like, why can't I get on the Wi-Fi? It's because we have 6 phones connected in our house, So we actually are putting together a 5-year plan right now to upgrade our infrastructure within our serving territory here, because the demands are just going to keep increasing and increasing. It's the wave of the future. I mean, we all know, just since I always tell people, from the time I graduated from college to now, the way I didn't use the internet when I was in college at all. We didn't use it. We didn't even know what it was. We didn't have computers in our rooms then. And I don't consider myself that old. So if it's changed
You're aging yourself as we speak.
Exactly, but I'm thinking, I don't consider myself that old. And if it's changed that much just in my lifetime, can you imagine how different it's going to be when my 16-year-old daughter is my age, what it's going to be like? So we know that, long term, we have to make all the upgrades that we can to our equipment and our infrastructure to keep being able to meet people's needs.
Well, it's scary when you look at this 3D printing that's going on. I mean, that's Star Trek stuff. That That isn't real. But,
Exactly. Well, it's always like, I'm watching Mark over here giving this demonstration of his Echo or whatever she's called over there, and he's asking it questions, and I'm thinking, this is like when I was a kid and I used to watch the Jetsons. They used to say, make me a meatloaf. It's almost like it really is like the things that were in the Jetsons cartoon, we are doing a lot of them.
Yeah, we're not flying in cars, but we got a lot of drones up there.
Exactly, and people were like talking to their watch, or you could see somebody, and I'm thinking like, there's iWatches now, and people are getting their email and everything on their watch. So some of the things that we thought were just so ridiculous at the time, we're actually doing in our everyday lives now.
And as more and more of these people grow up with this, they just take it for granted. It's supposed to be that way.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, like I said, having a 16-year-old, she doesn't remember what it was like when everybody walked around with a cell phone. She's like, well, how would you, when you went somewhere, how would you find each other? Like, you go to let's say you go to the Great Escape for the day. Well, how'd you find each other? Well, you had to have a meeting time. You said, okay, we're all going to meet back here at 1 o'clock. I'm like, you couldn't text each other and say, I'll meet you here. She doesn't even that has never occurred to her because she's never had to do it any other way.
Right.
It's amazing.
My older kids are old enough to remember the Commodore 64, and what a great invention that was,
Absolutely. When I was, I remember when I was in elementary school, we had Apple computers. We got Apple computers in the computer lab, and I remember that was the coolest thing, to get your computer lab time. That was like, wow. And then I think about what they were like then compared to now. I'm like, just no comparison. It's amazing, just amazing, the changes, and it changes every day. Even with us being in the technology industry, you still learn something new every day, and there's something new coming out all the time.
As the official spokesperson here, you've got to keep up on all this stuff, don't you?
I do. I mean, and it's tough to. You always got to pay attention to what's new out there, because somebody's gonna, we're not, even though we're Champlain Telephone Company, it's not really it's so far beyond being a telephone company at this point. We've kept that name because it's such a tradition for us. I mean, over 100 years.
1903.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so I don't think that we would ever change the name, at least not anytime soon. But at the same time, we've become so much more, and you're exactly right. You have to stay up on everything, because people come to us with all kinds of questions. As you know, we do a technology showcase now in the spring, and we do a lot of educational seminars and stuff, and people will come to that seminar with every kind of question about, from email scams to how to keep their computer safe, or how do I do that? What should I do if I'm doing online baking? Is it really safe? What should I look for? They come with all those sorts of questions, because they're getting their internet service from you. They're expecting you to be able to answer a lot of those questions, and so we all have to really attend as many seminars as we can, do as much education, and we learn a lot through some of our vendors that provide us with equipment and stuff, and a lot of them will put on a lot of educational stuff, especially through the statewide network too of telephone companies. We get a lot of education that way also.
And what you knew 2 years ago is, in some cases, obsolete.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. What you might have known to be true then might not no longer be true at this point. But absolutely.
Okay.
You can tell it's coming lunchtime because you can see the crowd growing behind us.
Approaching 11 o'clock.
I was just going to say.
And the hungry folks are getting here.
Absolutely. You can tell our crowd is growing, which is good.
There's no way you can keep track of how many people have been here, because people come in and out, and you have...
It's tough, but what we try to do is we do have a door prize that we do, and the only way you can be eligible for the door prize is by signing in. We just have an overall sign-in book, and so as people come in, we try to encourage them, sign in, and this year the door prize is a $50 Visa gift card, so you don't have to do anything except sign the book. And so that way we can at least we know we don't get everybody, but we can at least try to get an overall idea. And we usually, in the sign-in book, run somewhere close to 300 names in our sign-in book. And so we know that there's more than that.
At least triple that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you got, almost 300 people to sign in, you've got lots of other people who never even stopped at the registration table. Right. So, I always think that's just a phenomenal turnout for...
It is.
For this type of event.
It is. It's just, it's a great community service, and allows the phone company, which has always been part of the community, to show it is part of the community.
Absolutely. I think that's my favorite part of this, is that I see some of the same faces every year, and then I see new ones every year. Like, I always get to meet somebody that I hadn't met before that's been a customer for a long time, or sometimes it's a new customer, and it's just I don't know, it's a very family-oriented atmosphere in our work environment, and I think that crosses over into what we do for the community. So I don't know if anybody saw, we had our new phone books, and I know some people are chuckling because phone books are becoming a thing of the past.
Unfortunately.
However, we are required, you might not know this, but we are still required to put out a printed telephone directory by the state. That's a state regulation still for telephone companies. We actually would love to be able to just do it online, but we still, at this point, that may change, but that regulation's still there. So I always say, well, if we have to do it, our new one just came out, and I actually had fun putting some extra things in there. And one of the things that I did was put together a list of all of the organizations in the local area that Champlain Telephone supported over the last year. And I think, this is off the top of my head, but I think there was a list of like 15 or 20 organizations that we financially supported in one way or another, which was a really neat thing for me. I'm like putting together this list thinking, how great is this that we were able to do this for not only this kind of thing, but also help other organizations and people that are trying to do good work in the community. Like the Rouse's Point Stage comes to mind, and the local fire departments, we support all of them in the auxiliaries, which we got all our tables and chairs today from the Champlain Fire Department. I give them a little plug. They helped us out today. So that was a neat thing. So if you get a chance to, if you haven't seen the new telephone book, you have to take a look. There's some extra stuff in there.
I haven't read it from end to end yet.
I know. I can't understand why, Calvin, but
I got as far as hometown cable, and I said, okay, I'm in there.
Okay, I'm happy.
I'll have to read it to the end. Of course, you got different sections. You got the local section.
In the very back, there's a couple of extra pages, and that's kind of where we did some, thanking our customers and showing who we've assisted this year and everything. And that was kind of a neat thing for me to be able to put together.
Yeah, of course, the first thing I always do is look at the centerfold. That's what makes
if there's not one there.
To make your book so popular.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we should try that.
What other phone books have a centerfold? Yeah.
I was going to say, maybe we should try that. Maybe people would be more interested in them.
Instead of where's Waldo, where's the centerfold?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, Vicki, anything else here? You reluctantly agreed to talk with me here.
It
got to twist your arm.
It wasn't. Yeah, I'm usually the talker. I don't reluctantly ever talk, but I don't think so. I think we got to cover most of what we got going on today and everything, and just thank everybody. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that we would all like to say, all the employees here, is thank you to everybody in our local area that's continued to support us, because there certainly are bigger providers out there for telephone and internet service, and we
62 years working here.
What is it now, Bev? 40? How many years?
47. So far.
47 and counting.
I interrupted you there.
No, I just we just very much appreciate everybody's support. Keeping their service local and supporting our company locally, and we'll try to support the local community just as much back.
Well, as you know, I do a program with Joey Tremblay called Talking Business, and we've only been doing that for maybe 4 years, and just looking over the ones we've done, there's got to be half a dozen or more local businesses that we did in the last several years that aren't here anymore. If you don't support your local business,
that's absolutely right.
Don't cry when they're gone, because
that's right. Yeah. That's right. We're all dependent upon the people that support us, and that's why we want to do this kind of thing, to keep everybody, reminding everybody that it's important to us to be part of this community, and we really appreciate, people giving us an opportunity to give them good service, and if we haven't, if they're not happy with something, letting us know and giving us an opportunity to make it right.
Yeah, speak up. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So only way we can fix it and make it better.
If you don't know what's wrong, you can't fix it.
That's absolutely right.
Look at the people sitting here already for overdrive. They got an hour's wait.
I was just gonna say, they're probably waiting. They figure they'll get a comfy seat until they can get food.
It must be groupies,
They follow the band.
All right. Well, thank you, Vicki.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, as always, for being here and helping us to promote this.
All right, and put the air conditioner on, would you? It's
I know.
getting a little warm.
Try.
Okay, thank you. All right, we've been chatting with Vicki Marking, the marketing director here at the Champlain Telephone Company, and watching Dale Carden work hard here. He'll stop as soon as we shut the camera off. That's his last trip, I think. This is what it looks like looking south here from the phone company lawn. It's one-way traffic. Garage sales all up and down here from here to the shopping center. Once again, I applaud the phone company. Every year they're faithfully putting this on and bringing out people like Dick Cook to enjoy it. He's trying to hide from the camera. But a whole lot of folks are enjoying all this, and it's an event that a lot of people look forward to. So thanks for watching Hometown Cable.